Empire.
Heel back to Hachimura. Konnichiwa.
First off, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
It was more just shocking to hear from him and understanding that he gets the most assists from me and the most spoon-fed baskets ever.
You know, the culture is actually damn good.
To sit up there and to say you don't have a culture problem in the nation's capital, everything about the organization points to a culture issue.
One guy took a in another guy's shoe.
I'm a little pissed off about it, but I know how I am. I was kind of expecting it. It's disrespectful.
It was like Eric Killmonger going for total domination. What hung is mine?
We're not going to be fucking sunk this year. We're the Stanley Cup champions! Yeah!
Thank you for joining us today. We are the Beltway Sports Bros. I'm Matt Vazana, and as always, my brother Noel. So, the Washington football team released some huge news today. So, Noel's calling in from the road. So, he might sound not as clear as you're accustomed to hearing, but we thought the story was important enough to get it out as soon as possible. So, Noel, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm on the beat, man. I'm I'm making stories happen out here.
Yeah. Were you the first to release the news here?
Yeah. Me and Sal Palantonio or something like that were. It was a compilation.
I think it was Rappaport who actually released it first.
Oh, there you go. One of those guys.
It definitely was not JP Finley. So, just wanted to make that clear. All right. Well, let me get through this real quick. Please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, the Facebook group. Just search Beltway Sports Bros. You can also find us at beltwaysportsbros.com. And I actually had a timely article on this called Dwayne Haskins' Perspective and Patience. And that...
I think you jinxed his ass.
That has zero legs anymore. So, check it out. Maybe change your mind on things.
Maybe Rivera should read the fucking thing.
Maybe. All right, one last thing. If you're listening to the show right now, which obviously you are, please hit subscribe or follow so you don't miss a single episode going forward. All right, so as we kind of alluded to, we do have some breaking news as word just broke this morning that Dwayne Haskins has been benched for Sunday's game against the Rams in favor of Kyle Allen. Also, Haskins has been demoted to the third quarterback with Alex Smith, Noel's favorite, set as Allen's primary backup. Noel, we haven't even talked about this. You've been at work. I've been at work as well in my home. I have no idea what your thoughts are on this. What do you think?
You know damn well what my thoughts are on this bullshit. What a fucking joke.
Unbelievable.
Rivera is the biggest fucking hypocrite. What's the payoff here? This is a team that is supposed to be in development. He's bringing in guys that are character guys, allegedly. Haskins has been working his ass off. The guy has played 4 fucking games. The writing was on the wall. He never wanted this guy. That's why he brought in Allen. That's why he left one-legger on the damn team and didn't put him on IR. This guy limping around on the sideline and kept him hanging around because he didn't want Haskins in there. He never did. And that's the bottom line here. He set him up for failure. He brought him into his office before the last game, told him what he needed to do. He didn't play astronomically well, but he didn't play bad enough to lose his fucking job. That's for damn sure. I mean, this is a joke, man. This is a joke. There's no consistency with this coach. He's brought in guys to develop. Well, who the quarterback is the most goddamn important position to develop. All these are young guys. I could completely understand if this team, I could even argue if this team was a veteran-laden team that were in a win-now mode. And they said, look, he's the one dragging us down. We got a couple of guys. We got a guy that knows our offense. We got a limper that is a fucking veteran. Maybe we'll be better off that way when we have one of the top-notch defenses in the league. This team is shit, okay? Play it out and see what happens. And he couldn't do that. He just couldn't. What a disgusting display.
It really is. We should have seen this coming from the very beginning. When Rivera got rid of Kevin O'Connell in favor of Scott Turner, that spoke volumes about how he felt. If he really saw Haskins as the main guy, as the future of this team, he would have thought, okay, well, O'Connell makes the most sense. He obviously showed progression at the end of the year. He was playing really well. All the stats support how he was playing. Especially those last 2 games. He went from basically 6 average pass per game the first 5 games that he played to over 9 the last 2. That's a massive jump.
Yeah.
And 121.3 and 143.2 quarterback ratings the last 2 games. Now, you pull the rug out from Haskins to hire Scott Turner, who actually has less experience than O'Connell and wasn't even his offensive coordinator.
Right.
He was already gone.
Yeah.
If you brought Norvin or something, okay, you're comfortable with him. The guy was a fucking offensive film guy. What are those positions called? Quality control. That's what he was.
Yeah,
He was a quality control guy. Give me a fucking break.
I know.
This is not just on Haskins. This is on Turner as well. And not to mention, it takes time to know what your strengths and weaknesses are. Now, this is just taking the easy way out. They know what Kyle Allen can do or can't do, for that matter, and we'll get into that. But obviously, you were never behind him.
Nope, not in the
Never.
least.
And you look at Rivera's past comments on the offseason, strictly pointing out his flaws. Oh, but he's lost 15 pounds, so he's working hard. We appreciate that. And then you do this test thing that we didn't even talk about at the game, and we actually thought that's exactly what it was
And that's
before
exactly
he came out
what
and
the
said
fuck
it.
It was a complete spite move on him. It was set up for failure.
And he failed. What kind of stupidity is this? I was listening to Cooley and Kevin. I'm not going to take credit for this, but it was friggin' hilarious. Cooley was like, how about we go to the sideline and do a situational test on you, Ron?
Right. I mean, I said that.
Okay, basically, look, it's 3rd and 7 with 30 seconds left to go. You have one timeout. What do you do? That kind of thing. Like, he wouldn't be able to say it because he's probably the worst situational coach I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely. Even during
you're testing this guy?
Heyday times, he was shit. Look, this team had nothing to lose, okay? This guy has no intention of winning games. He can play this ploy like Kyle Allen gives them their best chance to win, or even Alex Smith gives them their best chance to win. This guy has no intentions of winning games. Absolutely none. He can play this shit. That's why he didn't call the timeouts. That's why he set these guys up. That's why he's been treating this first 4 games like preseason. And that's why he brought in these stopgap guys like Alex Smith and Kyle Allen to continue on, because he didn't want any part of Haskins since day one. Since day one, Haskins has been walking on eggshells around this guy. He did everything right during the offseason. For better or worse, I'm not defending Haskins' play on the field, but he was the cat's meow after the first game. All right? He played like shit against the Browns, no doubt. Going back to the Arizona game, didn't play spectacular, didn't turn the ball over. The Browns game, he played like dog shit, no denying it. This game, it was a return coming back, and his back was against the wall. And for a person that was basically playing that game with his tail between his legs, I thought he played pretty goddamn solid. I would have been shaking in my damn boots.
And I'm sure he was on his 11th start, mind you.
Right.
11 starts. Perspective is everything. One starting year in college, 14 games, 11 starts in the NFL. Also, treated like shit by the first coaching staff. The guy walks into the room and they want nothing to do with him.
Nothing.
Nothing. His own head coach, he may as well have just put a middle finger in his face when he walked right into the door. And, okay, we get an adult in the room, supposedly, like Rivera. Oh, now he never felt the love from Rivera either. But he's still fighting through what they want him to be, right? And not screw up, not throw interceptions, not fumble. Just leave it to the defense. But you also have to score points too, right, Dwayne? So he doesn't know really what to do.
Neither does Rivera. Is this the development team, or is this a team that's trying to win games? Which is it? Because he hasn't done either. And the fact is that I'll give damn Gruden a pass on that last season. At least he was fighting for his damn job, and he says, look, I don't have time for this bullshit with a rookie. I need to win games, otherwise my ass is fired. What the fuck is Rivera's payoff here? He's got years to figure this shit out, okay? At least Gruden was on the chopping block, and that's why he did what he did. I mean, give me a damn break. And we need to really talk about this Kyle Allen situation.
Absolutely.
I mean, goddamn, man. This guy had the first 4 games of his damn life last year, went 4-0, okay, played great. You know what he did after that, Matt? After his 4 spectacular games, he went 1-8, okay? He threw an interception in every single one of those games except for 1. He had 2 games where he had 3 picks. He had 1 game where he had 4. And you know who benched his ass? Not Rivera, because his ass was already gone. This is insane.
It is.
So you're developing this fucking loser, this guy that's going to end up being a damn journeyman or a third quarterback on a team, for a guy that was a 15th pick overall, has played 11 goddamn games. You're not willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. But Kyle Allen had his opportunity, and he shit the bed. He got benched for damn Will Greer, for God's sakes.
Right.
Give me a break. This guy is so full of shit. I hope to God it's his damn medication talking, but it ain't.
Yeah, and going back to Kyle Allen, like you mentioned, I mean, this guy, right now, Haskins is ranked last in QBR, 30.6. Guess where Allen finished last year? Second to last, 38.3. Okay? Allen is a fucking turnover machine. As you mentioned, 13 games, 16 picks. And you said he didn't even have picks in the first few games, right?
Right. In the first 4 games, he didn't have one. He had his 16 picks in the last 12.
Something that's very underrated, the Kirk Cousins stat, the fumbles. He had 7 lost fumbles. He fumbled 13 and didn't lose them. So even if you didn't lose them, how many of those backed them up 10, 15 yards when those are in 13 games?
Yep.
I don't understand the logic here whatsoever.
Me either.
It's not like this guy set the world on fire. He actually did quite the opposite.
Rivera's a nut job, man. I think genuinely he was happy that Newton got injured so he could put Allen in and be done with it. I think he thought Newton was done. That's the credibility that this guy has. I think he is a freaking facade. I think his rah-rah bullshit goes for a certain period of time, but I think his freaking game time knowledge as far as time management, actually being a coach, I said this when they first hired him. I've never been a fan. He's a defensive coordinator. That's what he is. Some guys just can't advance past that. Yeah, he took him to a Super Bowl. He had a quarterback that had one of the all-time greatest seasons in NFL history that year.
Yeah.
Okay? What are you trying to piece together here? Again, going back to a developing team or a team that you think can win? Because your track record in the first 4 games has been shit as far as trying to win games. So now you think Kyle Allen, you're going to use this bullshit excuse that he gives you the best chance to win? You've been shit in the bed for the first 4 yourself. It's a joke, man. It's an absolute joke.
Look, maybe he's insufferable behind the scenes. Maybe he's a nightmare. I don't know. You know, kind of like how Cam Newton is. You know how the whole thing where he kicked him off the bus because he didn't dress properly or whatever it is. You know, he has these weird quirks, Rivera, I mean. Maybe he doesn't like the way Haskins dresses or doesn't prepare. I don't know. There's no logical explanation for this. Kyle Allen has no future in this league.
None.
And if you're going to win now, then you may as well put Alex Smith in.
Right. Give him a shot. If the leg holds up, great. If it doesn't, bye.
If you are trying to show your defense, we are trying to win games. And that's kind of the reasoning behind here. That's why he had Haskins in a short leash when he had those 3 picks in the Browns game. Okay, you're trying to show that you're winning, but then you go on the other side and throw on 4th and 13 to test your starting quarterback. Everything that he's doing is opposite of what he's saying, thinking, or just at the time, he just has some fucking mental lapse and it's like, oh no, I want to win this game. Now I don't. Now it's a testing period.
Right. Character building.
Or we're gathering information, R&D situation, whatever it is. This guy's all over the place.
Yep.
All over the place. You're right. He's had some up and down seasons, but I always thought he was a solid person that didn't make irrational decisions.
Right. Absolutely.
This is not what anybody expected.
Right.
When this guy came in. He's, again, I'm going to say he was brought in to be the adult in the room. And I don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
Nobody does. And these people that are pretending like he does and said there's a game plan and there's a reason for his madness are full of shit. Okay? Because there is none here. These moves of no timeouts, getting rid of Peterson, now putting Haskins out, these moves are not character building moves, and these are not moves that you said that you were going to be making and people thought that you had intended to do when you first got here. Absolutely not.
No. And we're talking about him potentially losing the team. I mean, Haskins was voted as a team captain.
Right.
Okay. Unless there's just a revolt against Haskins right now with the other leaders on the team or something, I don't know. It may be staying in-house. But we're talking about Rivera got rid of these guys with these leaks to the press, right? But somehow it gets leaked out that, okay, we're going to have a conversation that your ass is on the line in the last game if you fuck up.
Right.
How did that get leaked out? Who did that? Was it Haskins? Was it Turner? That was supposed to be a meeting that was behind closed doors. We should have never known about that.
Nope.
And he cleaned house to get rid of these people who leaked all this information. So obviously something crazy is going on. I don't know if Haskins talked to one of the players and they leaked it out, but the point is the culture is still sketchy to say the least right now. And he's trying to create this culture, but his actions are actually destroying the foundation that he thought that he was building on his own. He's not doing anything to make this foundation stronger, and he's making it so that you've got a quarterback that has, again, 11 fucking starts in the NFL, has obviously been working his ass off. It's showing that doesn't matter how hard you work, doesn't matter what you do, your ass is on the line, and I guess that can be a good thing, but in this case, it's a terrible thing.
Yeah, it's not an example setter. We're not talking about some lazy-ass veteran or some guy that's comfortable in his position. Exactly. You made it abundantly clear that Haskins was never going to be comfortable in his spot, and he worked out in spite of it, to the accolades of others. The only person that he seemed not to get an accolade from was Rivera because, again, Rivera never wanted him. Never did. It's unfortunate, and I hope that Haskins moves on and finds another place, but I think this may be it for him. It's going to be very difficult for him to find another home and rebound from this.
Well, it's definitely it for him here. No doubt about that. You're going to bring him back into the starting lineup. It's over now. He's the third quarterback. He's not even going to dress.
Right.
This is it. This is an RG3 situation, except 3 years earlier. You know what I mean? He literally got no shot. No chance.
None.
He got to play with an interim coach and a guy who didn't want him.
Right.
And that's it.
And a lot of Zoom meetings.
With no offseason. An unprecedented offseason.
Yeah. It's insane.
It's absolutely insane. And, hey, we could be completely wrong, and Kyle Allen brings us to the Super Bowl this year. But
hey, he might spark him initially. He might give a little I told you so the first couple of games, but he is what he is. Okay? And Kyle Allen had his opportunities. He played a full damn season. And like I said, Rivera was willing to trade for this guy, and I understand the process at that point because they didn't have an offseason and they wanted to bring in a guy with somewhat experience. But that was a foundational move to push Haskins out.
Here's a real question. Why didn't, with the lack of offseason, all that, and, there were all these talks, Kyle Allen knows the system, blah, blah, blah. Why wouldn't you just start the season with Kyle Allen? There would be more of an explanation of why you were doing it. Haskins just didn't have the time. You can explain that. And now you're at a point of no return. You cannot bring him back in.
Right.
I don't think. His confidence is shot.
He's done.
So if this was the plan all along, start with Kyle Allen. Don't do I told you so. Because now you're looking like a total asshole because he didn't play that poorly. In the situation that he was put in, he could have played a lot worse than he did. And you should have started with Kyle Allen, and then if Kyle Allen shit the bed, then you had 5, 6, 7 weeks to get Haskins prepared for actual real face time.
He didn't want to, Matt.
Obviously.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It would have given him more options is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he didn't want it. Never wanted it. He was stuck with it. And he made that clear. And here we are. And now he's made the big move. For who? But anyway, yet another sad day with Washington. I feel bad for Haskins. I feel that he put the work in and deserved an opportunity that he's not going to get.
Let me ask you this. Do you want Kyle Allen to shit the bed at this point?
Absolutely 100% all the way. I want him to shit the bed and then Alex Smith come in and shit the bed as well. I don't want Alex Smith to get re-injured. I don't hate him that much, but I want them both to shit the bed. And that's primarily what I'm expecting. Like I said, Allen will spark them a little bit just on the little nuances that he knows of the offense. It will look different initially, and we're going to be like, holy shit, well, yeah, maybe there were a couple of things that...
It'd be like the Colt McCoy
yeah,
effect.
Exactly, the Colt McCoy factor, the little spark, and then it all evens out in the end, Matt. Shit is shit.
Yeah. No, what I was going to ask you, though, you had two choices. Kyle Allen shits the bed, plays worse than Haskins, or... Kyle Allen brings them, they win, 10 straight, win the NFC East, make it to the playoffs, and they can actually make some noise. I'm not saying Super Bowl, but I'm saying what would be your choice there? Is it more important for you to be right? Or to be happy with the team?
No, it's not more important for me to be right. I would be happy if they did somehow, by the grace of God, made it into the playoffs and looked like a serviceable team that could be competitive. Definitely. This isn't a long-term measure that Rivera has been gloating about, okay? This is a stopgap. This is like bringing in Fitzpatrick. It's patchwork, dude. It's patchwork, okay? And that's the issue. So, yes, if it happened, I would enjoy it while it lasts, but believe me, it would be for that 1 year. And after that, they'd be in a world of hurt because Kyle Allen they'll think that he'll be the starter. They'll re-up him for another year. He'll shit the bed, and then they'll be exactly where they were.
Yeah. Well, I think that'll do it. You got anything else?
No, man, I'm good. Again, we'll see how this goes, and I'll continue to walk the beat and see what else I can shake up.
Yeah, please do. All right, that's going to do it for this episode. We're on all major podcast platforms. Please rate, review, and subscribe. If you like this show, please share it on social media. Again, please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, the Facebook group, and our website, BeltwaySportsBros.com. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you Friday, and get you ready for the game.